Good morning, everyone. It's Nikki here. I'm just about to have my second smoke here. I'm feeling like energetic and on par and like, okay, this is an awesome day. Although it's freaking chilly down here, but that is okay. We're probably about maybe 12:30, 12:45 right now. I'm just brewing coffee inside. I rolled out of bed maybe 20-30 minutes ago and uploaded yesterday's vlog, so that's all up on YouTube. Obviously, because if this one's up, then the one before it's gonna be up, so obviously. Backtrack. I don't really have much planned going on. I don't really have much planned for today. It's a working day. I have one client booked in so far at 7:30, and then I have a 2:15, a 3:45, a 5 o'clock, and a 6:15 that someone can book into. I'm feeling like it's going to be a pretty dead day. Only time shall tell. I shall be hopping in the shower here shortly after I drink my coffee because I have not had any caffeine today. Although I don't really feel like I need it, I just kind of want it. I honestly might even take a bath today too. I'm feeling kind of bathy. It might be a bath day. My muscles hurt. I want to go back to bed. Okay, so here I am. Wow, that was really country. The country in me totally came out right there. Okay, so here I am, and I have my second cup of coffee here, and I'm just finishing that. There is probably about maybe 5 minutes left until the cutoff time for my 2:15 client, and at that point in time, I will find out if I'm working at 2:15 or if I don't have a client at 2:15 or not. And if I don't have a client, I think I'm gonna go up into the bathroom and I'm gonna go shave and I'm gonna go shower and I'm gonna go take my time and I'm probably gonna have a shower and a bath because I'm feeling, I almost said frisky, but that's not the word I'm going for. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Not spontaneous. That's not the word either. Not adventurous, but we'll go with adventurous. Extravagant. I'm feeling extravagant today, so I'm going to have a shower and a bath. A shower to clean my body and then a bath to relax and soak. probably around maybe, I'd have to say probably 6 o'clock right now. I work in an hour and a half, so I have to make this really quick. But today's video is kind of going to be a continuation of yesterday. This is reversed, so yesterday? And what I mean by that is we're going to be talking about discretion and discrete relationships today. Because there are actually a lot of people that do request discrete relationships with me. And as I said yesterday, I usually don't do the discrete relationship. If you want to get with me, I'm like, okay, well, like, I don't want someone that's only going to want to hook up. I mean, if I'm just like having a one-night stand, then it doesn't really faze me very much. But like, if it's going to be a friend with benefit or like a relationship where we're starting to date and like develop further than just kind of like hanging out and sex, normally I want someone who's going to be not afraid to be open about their relationship or who they're banging. Well, first off, I'm living my life online and trying to make a career out of social media. And on top of that, I don't want to be someone's dirty little secret. Like, that's not what I am. So like, nah. But as I said yesterday, for him, I would be willing to make an exception. It's like, he was just like he was a big crush of mine in grade 9, and he is still fucking sexy as hell. Like, damn boy, damn. Okay, simmer. Get back on track. So because I'm going to be potentially entering some sort of agreement, relationship in the discrete terminology, I figured since this is what's kind of going on right now, I might as well give you all a little bit of tidbit on dealing with discrete relationships, and also something that... See, I tried to record this video last night when I was talking about being reunited in the whole first place, because I wanted to just do it all in one video. But then towards the end I trailed off and I was like, oh so yeah, I may have done something bad, and I mean, I've done a lot of bad things in my past, but this is one bad thing we're going to be talking about, and it's not really like a fully like horrible thing. It just had a horrible ripple effect, and I was the stone that started the ripple. Well, technically you could go back further and say he was the stone that started the ripple, but like, I started the ripple and I was an idiot teenager, and I'm hoping you all can learn from my mistakes. So let's get on with the video, shall we? So you want to get into a discrete relationship, eh? Well, there are a couple good things that you can do, and then there are a couple also not so good things that you can do. So let's go over them. First, let's go over the kind of good things that you can do and what you should do. And not what you should, well, one of them is not really a good thing to do, but like, let's go over the more kind of better methods that you can go about dealing with getting into a discrete relationship. First off, let me say, their choice to be open is their choice, and it's not yours to take away from them. You need to know where you stand before getting into the relationship. They're asking for discretion because they are not comfortable being open with whatever's going on. That is totally an okay request. So that is totally an okay request, and you have to respect that. So if you are not comfortable with being in a discrete relationship and holding those boundaries and expectations up to par, where you're not going to be going and spreading their name around to all your friends or all over town, then you need to be like, okay, well, this is not for me. I get this is what you want. This is what I want. I don't think our paths are going to continue on the same road any longer. If you've thought about it and come to terms and have decided, okay, you know what? I'm able to do discretion. They're worth it. Normally, I mean, I'm speaking from experience for me right now here. Normally, like I said, I don't really do discretion, but like for him, I'm willing to make an exception because he's adorable. And I mean, I can still screw other guys. We're not dating, we're just hooking up. Who knows what the future holds? Nothing's written in stone. Like, this is just kind of like the feels and the vibes that I'm seeing it progressing to. I foresee us I just don't foresee how much further it goes past I don't really think it would progress into anything relationship-wise. As I said, I want someone to be open about our relationship. Be like, yeah, this is who I'm hooking up with. That being said, I can totally become friends with benefits with him and keep that discreet because I have no problem with that. That's just sex. That's not a real like relationship for me. I've always had like a division between sex and relationships. So there's sex, which I mean, I don't want to describe how I always described it in high school because I described sex really loosely in high school in the sense where it was like a handshake, but it's really not that like bang with anyone. I am pretty picky now, but like, I don't know, sex isn't really a big deal for me. There's a difference between having sex and making love. There's like they're like two separate worlds. Where is this going? Okay. So if you've come to terms with it and have decided that yes, you're able to go into a discrete relationship with them, whatever kind of agreement you're coming to terms with, then some of the things that you can do are as follows. First off, you can accept it and date, or whatever kind of agreement you've come to. As I said, if you've come to terms with it and you feel like you're able to go for it, then totally, by all means, go for it. Be happy, power to you. But if you're not okay with it, the other thing you can do is deny the request. So be like, as I said earlier, sorry, this is what I want. I want something that's more open and people see and be like, okay, they're together. Rather than what you want, which is like behind closed doors, no one really knows, your dirty little secret, for lack of better words. Which is okay if that's what some people want. But if you're not okay with it, then you have to come to terms with that and lay that down. Be like, sorry, I don't think this is going to go any further. Another thing you can do is remain blissful. Accept it, get into whatever agreement, arrangement that you're getting into, and be like, okay, well, they'll fall for me, and then they'll open up, and then they'll be like one big happy fairy tale. And I mean, it would be nice if life always worked out like a fairy tale. It really would, but chances are they're not gonna come out until they're ready. And if they have you pestering them to come out, being like, you know what, we should go on a date. You know what, you should come out. Wouldn't you love to be able to like hold my hand while we're walking down the halls? It's not gonna be the best, because like if they do come out and they end up coming out too soon and it ends up going badly for them, they're gonna hold so much resentment towards you. And if they decide they don't come out and you get pestering and pestering and pestering, and to the point where they're just like, okay, whatever, we're done, they're gonna end the relationship because you're trying to take something away from them which isn't yours to take away. Now the last thing that you can kind of do, I guess, if you want, it also doesn't really work over that well either, but you can give them an ultimatum. If they keep pestering you after you've repeatedly shut them down, you can be like, okay, you want to get with me? Take me out to dinner. And chances are, at that point in time, they'll leave you alone. Or they'll take you out to dinner and they'll come out, and then chances are, like I said about the hoping thing, if they came out too early and it goes bad for them, they're going to hold resentment towards you, and it's not going to start things off to a good start. I'd like to believe life is one big fairy tale, but I see a lot of negativity. I try to look at positivity. This is why I try to always look at positivity, because I see so much negativity out there that I try to bring as much positivity into my life to kind of balance it at least. So what are a couple of things that you shouldn't do? Well, first off, the ultimatum, like I said, is probably a bad idea and not gonna work out the best. And no one really likes an ultimatum. Ultimatums are never a good idea. This is where I went wrong in high school. Because I had friends, and I mean, I don't even know which friends it was that, oh, I mean, like, right, shocking. I had friends. No, I had like lots of friends in high school, and then we just all kind of lost touch. And now we're adults, and I don't know, it's hard to reconnect with people after you haven't talked to them after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Like I said, I haven't seen Tiger since like grade 9, which was 9 years ago. So some of these people that I was friends with, I haven't seen in almost a decade, and it's weird just sending a random message being like, hey, we should hang out, because like, I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know, maybe I'm just the one that's awkward and like, I don't know what to do in situations, but like, I feel like that might be a little bit weird to just randomly reach out to someone you haven't seen in years and be like, you should come over. Moving on. So this is where I went wrong, because I'd have friends and I'd be like, oh my gosh, don't tell anyone this, but like, me and so-and-so just banged. And I only would do it a couple times because I did learn my lesson pretty damn fast about that no matter how good of friends you are, it's gonna get around the school. They're gonna tell their friends, who are gonna tell their friends, who are gonna tell their friends, who are gonna tell their friends, and eventually it's gonna be on Twitter. And then it just spirals and snowballs until it's just one big shit show. So, just if someone asks for discretion, be discreet, respect them, honor their wishes. And I can say all this because I've made mistakes and I've learned from them tremendously. And we're gonna talk about one of those mistakes here in a bit, which is gonna make me look like a person, but we're gonna go for it. Another thing you shouldn't do if you're getting into an agreement or relationship with someone who wants discretion, if you're not okay with that and you don't wanna settle, don't get into that relationship because it's just not gonna end well. It's going to backfire. You're gonna either want more than what's being offered and it's just gonna keep driving a wedge between y'all. And no matter what, don't out them. Well, I mean, that kind of ties into telling your friends, but just don't tell people you hooked up with them if they want discretion. Just be like, okay, mouth sealed, throw away the key. Oh, I got a score. No, I didn't because it's imaginary. That's okay. I need to pick a name. What kind of car are you? Pontiac, okay. Pontiac. That's quite the name for a person, but we're going with it. So Pontiac and me hooked up. Can I get arrested for saying that we hooked up in like a park? It was grade 11. I mean, you can't really blame me. Like, it was grade 11. So what happened with Pontiac is me and Pontiac ended up hooking up. And I texted it to 3 people. One I know didn't tell anyone. The other 2 I'm trying to figure out still to this day who told everyone. But it got around school about maybe 3 weeks later. I was on vacation at the time, so I didn't know that it had got around school or anything like that. And while it was getting all around the school, I was not in Fredericton at this point in time. I had gone to Amershore, so I was at the shore. We didn't have very much service at the cottage I was staying at, so I wasn't really getting all these messages until I was on my way home. And holy moly, the amount of messages that I was getting from this guy is crazy. So I got out and he was furious because I guess it wrecked his life having everyone know that he slept with me. So I guess I wrecked his life by telling my friends and then it got around the school. But that's not where I consider this all going wrong and spiraling to the extent that it did, because I feel really bad for what happened in the, even though he did utter death threats and threatened to kill me. So like, I mean, it's hard to feel bad for someone who said that to you, but at the same time, I feel empathy for him because I did this to him. I'm not the best person, like I've told you all before many times, but I'm pretty sure I may have to go into work here soon, so we're gonna have to speed this up. Got all these messages, and what had happened was, I don't know what they were all off by heart. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but you can pretty much, I'm sure what they said was, fix this somehow, I swear to God, if you don't tell people that it wasn't true, something, something, something. I don't know how I got there. Basically, I just remember that he told me he was gonna kill me. I shut that down and I was like, really? Because if you want to touch a hair on my head, I have screenshots of this whole conversation and I will post them online. So, do you want to come at me or do you want to fucking drop it? And that's where I thought it ended. I finished grade 11 at Leo and I went off to another school down in Riverview to finish grade 12. And then when I finally came back to Frederick, I was hanging out with one of my old friends from high school and she ended up telling me that Pontiac had a baby to deny the rumors that we slept together, which really doesn't really deny anything, which really doesn't prove that we didn't sleep together. All it proves is that he had a baby with this person. I don't see how it denies, I don't see how it proves that he didn't sleep with me, but whatever. And this is why I feel so bad, because I told my friends and they told the school and it got around school, and then he has a freaking kid to deny it. Like, I just feel like a dick person for it. But, please everyone, learn from my mistakes. If people want discretion and you're not okay with that, don't hook up with them. if people want discretion and you are okay with that, stick to the discretion. Because you never know what ripple effects are gonna happen and where it's gonna go. It's getting really dark, I'm losing my lighting and I have to get going to work here soon. I'm gonna go get dressed for work and get on up to work. I'm outside of work now. I have decided I'm not gonna smoke count because I smoke way too much and it's actually kind of depressing counting how many I smoke a day. So the smoke count is no longer a thing and I probably won't be smoking as much on video since I'm not counting it. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is the first one of the day. Because I never used to put smoking in my videos, but then I felt like I was hiding it from you all because I still smoked even though I said I was trying to quit, and I kind of am, but it's not going the best. So I felt like I was hiding it from you all, so I decided to do the smoke count, and then everyone's like, oh, you smoke way too much. Don't smoke in your videos. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I smoke, deal with it. But I won't smoke in the videos as much from now on. So I'm home from work. Hopefully you enjoyed today's little chat about discretion. If you did, be sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.